Hi, it's Wednesday morning. I have a horrible sinus headache. Yesterday, one of the teachers was like, why do we keep getting sick? Why can we not get rid of it? First came in, it was a high fever and a headache. And then the kids came back, and then they started throwing up, so we sent them home with that. Then they came back, and now they have this sinus, runny nose, coughing everywhere, hacking up on everybody. What is going on? Yeah, I have a bachelor's in science, and they're like, oh, well, you should know. Like, I don't know anymore. At this point, I'm willing to say it's the aliens, it's government conspiracy, it's the end of the world. I go, I don't have a clue. Our immune systems are so messed up. So horribly messed up. Look at that print. Did Freya come out here? Oh yeah, she must have run this way. I hope like hell that's Freya. That is a big paw. I don't want no damn wolf out here. Oh, that looks like Freya. I don't remember her coming out here. But she could have. So I had to shut the door and blow my nose. Because, we're sick. We can't get better. And I do everything. Vitamin C, vitamin E, vitamin D. I hardly eat any sugar. I don't. It's frustrating. I'm telling you. It's beyond frustrating. Let's go take a look at our mama. Hi, babies. Hello, little girls. Oh my God, it's cold in here. Need to get a thermometer in here. Hello, ladies. More ladies. Are you laying down? Hi. How are we doing? Hi. I don't know. False pregnancy. Are you lying to me? You just wanted a heat lamp in your stall for the winter? Is that what you thought? I was talking to my daughter yesterday, and she was like, well, I kept telling you she was pregnant. You kept saying she wasn't. I'm like, yeah, well, now I'm saying she isn't again. So she's notorious for hiding the fact that she's going to have babies. Her sister, however, would balloon like there was no tomorrow. I did all their waters last night, set up, and hay. I know I did your hay. I shouldn't have to do the hay. I don't want to leave you that far. My new microphone did not show up yet. My pig ears did, and the dogs were like, what? Mama bought us pig ears. We're going to eat all of them in one sitting. Uh-huh. Yeah, that's what I thought. So no. Freya was just sitting in the room whining. I'm like, what is wrong with that dog? And I realized she's standing in front of a... Where did all my buckets go? She's standing in front of the refrigerator, looking up top where I stuck the pig ears. I had to say no. I started my copper last night and my methylene blue this morning. So we will see. We will see. Okay, this is the chickens. This is for Mr. Rowan. Mr. Rowan and the chickens. And there we go. Oh, hello, Rowan, baby boy. Why do you keep knocking over your mineral? Here I come. Don't come out. Don't come out. Don't come out. I don't want to chase you. I'd like to leave the door open so you can see what I'm doing in here. That would be the rooster calling to the hens that he found food. Found one egg. Sometimes I'll lay in the evening only because I leave the light on. That's just how I am. Okay, let's raise you up so we can actually see what's going on inside these stalls. Maybe. I need more hands. Of course I do. In case you wonder why they figure out why they had that goddess in India with 4 hands. I don't know how many times they've all said, if I only had 2 more hands, imagine the stuff I could get done. Oh, my nose. Holy cannoli. The worst part about this sickness is just you're tired. You're just exhausted all the time, it seems. Stay down. And I've just been telling myself that, you know what, this summer, not doing summer school, won't do it, I won't do it. I'm going to chill and rest and try to get better. Because I don't like being sick. I don't like feeling so tired and run down. That's the part I don't like. I can put you right here and you can see both stalls. You see her daughter, has almost the same face as her. Yeah, you have the same face as your mama. Do you? That same, I don't know, crown. Is that what they call it? I don't know what they call that. I was looking, and well, you might need hay. I don't know, there's hay at the very bottom. And there's lots of hay in that stuff. You can eat the bottom hay. You're not princesses. Mama! Mama! Are you not eating your hay? Oh, you are. You're eating from the bottom up. Oh, look at you. Such a good girl. Such a good girl. I don't feel a baby moving. Oh, wait. What's up, baby? And I might have felt a very slight kick. Those who've never had kids, it doesn't hurt. You don't have to push hard. Just a little gentle nudging. And normally though, I'm going to leave you just like this. I'm going to go get some grain and some, I don't know if Artie needs water or not. Probably. He needs water all the time because he pees so much all over his face. That's what I'm saying, Artie Party. clean a little bit every night. A little of this, a little of that, a little of this, a little of that. I don't know if you could tell. Chicken! Ladies, your water looks great. Oh, 2 eggs. What? My overachievers. Thank you. Oh, no, I dropped it. No. Oh, I hope it isn't frozen. Shouldn't be frozen. The water's not frozen. The egg won't be frozen. It didn't crack when I dropped it either. It's a miracle. Are you ready, Trouble? Are you ready, my little butt? My little birdie birdie? If I can't use that little handsaw thingy I got to get that horn off, we're going to have to call the vet and see if I can get a tranquilizer. And then I can just give you a mild sedative. You'll be tired and you won't fight me. Well, last night when I got home, I went out, checked the horses. And when I got home, my husband said they were out in the snow digging for grass. So nothing's going to grow in this temperature. Grass doesn't normally grow till it's like 55. So I thought, oh my gosh, I gave them 2 big bales of hay, a whole bale of hay in a net. They couldn't have eaten all that, could they have? So I didn't even check. I just automatically went and filled up 2 more big hay nets. I went out there. Yeah, they had hay. So they have 4 hay nets out there. One had a little bit left, about 1 flake. But the other one was almost completely full. And I put a whole bale in the other 2. So they're just getting corn this morning. I don't need so much. Which is kind of nice. Rowan, I don't feel good. Make it stop. Make me feel better. I love that grain straw has a lock on it. Everything's in a can. All this over here is minerals, lime, and grit. So that'd be okay if they got into it. They weren't supposed to do a whole bunch to get into. Oh yeah. Number one thing, colic. People who own horses who get colic say, well, there's no way my horse got into the oats. Famous last words. That and when we were boarding our horses, we had people who had horses, and they had 3 horses, and they all had them on 3 separate places because one was for cutting, so that was where we were. And then the other one had their horse at a neighbor's pasture because they weren't riding it. And then the other one they'd leased out to somebody so that person could ride, their daughter was riding. And you can lease horses. You can lease just about anything. And we went back to the arena, or the horse barn, and Chance was colicking pretty bad. And they called the vet out. Like I said, they can't throw up, so if they eat anything bad, or they do any moldy hay, any of that stuff, it upsets their stomach, twists their guts up, and they die. And it's really painful. I mean, they roll. You try and walk them to get the food to move through their digestive system so it comes out the other end. And they literally put hoses up their butt and try and flush it out that way. Sometimes they'll tube them in the front and try and flush it out that way. But he ended up dying, and they were there at the cutting barn. And when they got home, I found out that the little girl, whose horse, she'd been leasing the horse, was colicking and was on the verge of death. And they ended up putting that horse down just because, it was so bad. And then the next morning they went out to feed the one that was just out in pasture and it was dead in the field. And so 3 separate properties. The only thing they had in common was all 3 of them had been dewormed earlier that day. And of course the worming company is like, oh no, there's nothing wrong with our wormer. Oh, bullshit. I'm going to call bullshit on that. They did an investigation. Supposedly they did an investigation. I don't think they did. Any investigation worth 2 cents would have found there was something going on. 3 different properties, 3 different grains, 3 different hays, 3 different areas. None of the horses none of the other horses got sick. Yep. None of the other horses died. But it was all unrelated. And I tell you these stories so that you remember that, you know what? Big Agra, I don't want you to know that. I mean, let's be honest. You've got a ivermectin paste. Oh, I don't need my tripod. Got an ivermectin paste company. You got some schmo standing there measuring the ingredients. He's getting paid minimum wage. Can't put gas in his car because it's too expensive. Doesn't have any health insurance. He might be getting laid off because people can't afford anything anymore. Can't buy a new vehicle if it's broke down because you can't get a car under $50,000. He's only making minimum wage. He's barely making rent. And you expect him to give 2 shits whether or not the machine puts an extra 2 milligrams of something in there in your feed? No. There will be one who doesn't give a shit. And you think about that when you're buying all your prepackaged food, your prepackaged grain. Now, we live in a pretty small rural area. And I think the whole UP has what do they say? 39% of the land mass and 19% of the people. And it's a big UP. I mean, if I were to drive from here to some property I own in the other end of the peninsula up at the top in the Keweenaw Bay, it'd probably take me 7 hours. But, yeah. So if you have a grain mill that mixes stuff wrong, kills a bunch of animals, guess what? You're probably going to go out of business. Because you don't have the people here. You're not mass producing. Tractor Supply on the other end, and I'm not saying it was Tractor Supply, I'm just using that as an example. I'll use Kmart as an example. For any of you who don't know what a Kmart was because you're young or you don't live in the States, it was a big store chain that was in every town and now has gone bankrupt and isn't there anymore. So let's say Kmart. You think they care? You think they care that, 10% of 19% isn't going to buy their product anymore? I don't care in the grand scheme of things. They figure you're too dumb to remember it and you'll go ahead and you'll buy it again 6 months from now. Or you're the only store in town because you're a big conglomerate and all the mom and pop shops went under. So you don't have the option. I mean, I think where we live, there's one independent store in town, grocery store. I think it might be linked to Kroger. There's one in Kinross where there's the prison. There's one down in Cedarville, which is it's about almost an hour away. There's one in Newberry that's over an hour away. So those stores, because they're so far away, the people have no choice but to shop there. Because guess what? It's an hour and a half drive to Walmart. And when you start factoring in the price of gas and your time, it's cheaper just to buy at that store, which is better for the country. It's better for you. So let's say that we lived here and the only store that was here was Walmart. And the corporate goes, no, we're not making enough money there. We're going to close that Walmart. You think their CEO and their shareholders give two shits that you don't have any place to buy any food anymore? They don't care. They don't care. You need to get that through your head that they don't care about you. So you need to care about yourself and your family and your community and your friends and your church. So you need to care about, and you need to start acting that way. So you need to start buying at those little independent stores, even though it's easier and cheaper to go to Walmart. Well, if you can't buy everything there, then don't. But at least go there and buy part of what you're going to buy for your groceries. Buy your produce there and some of your canned goods, and then go to Walmart, pick up your paper towel and toilet paper because it's cheaper to buy it that way. We need to start giving a shit about our communities because it's becoming more and more apparent to everybody, and I've felt this way since Katrina. Now, let's think about that. Hurricane Katrina hit New Orleans, which is a good-sized city, but it hit one city in the United States. One. Not during a supply meltdown, not during an economic turn down, not during when we were, had all these issues with COVID or no pandemic was going on. It hit in the middle of a normal year. And yet the federal government, who's supposed to says they're saving you, who's taking 30% of your income when you figure out all the taxes you give, couldn't get there for 2 weeks, and thousands of people died, and it's never recovered. So if they couldn't go and get their head out their butts and save one large city in the United States, how are they going to help all of us? And they're not. They're squirreling away their money, and they're heading off to wherever all the rich elites are going to live when they've collapsed us. I'm sorry, but that's what I believe. If you don't believe that, then you probably shouldn't be watching my channel, because sometimes I mix in these stories. But I'm just not feeling good, and my patience and my I'm full of it meter is full. And I just don't want to hear anybody saying, oh, yeah, go someplace else. This is not the area. Anyway, I don't know what got on that tirade for. Sorry. Sorry, not sorry. Can you say that? Sorry, not sorry. I'm sorry, but if just one of you wakes up, just one of you, I'll feel better. Just one person. Pull your head out your butt. Open up your eyes. I'm not saying we have to change the world. I'm not saying you have to drastically change your life. Just make one small change. Stop going to Walmart. Stop going to all the big buck stores. Go support your local store. Oh, that was a morning dove. Very nice. All right, I'm going to go in, try and get in a better mood, go to work, deal with little gremlins. Have a great day.